Hi there, I'm Toby Bajrovic. I'm the writer-director of Red Hood The Fallen, and we are with...
Simon Arblaster, who plays Jason Todd, aka Red Hood.
And we thought we'd just do a quick audio commentary for you all. We've had a few requests to do this, so we thought it'd be interesting to just give you a quick insight into how we made the film, the challenges we faced, and how we went about making a fan film project like this on such a low, extremely low budget. So we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is my favourite part.
Oh yeah, the little title screen that hopefully means that DC and Warner Bros. Don't sue us.
Yeah.
So this is the opening shot. This is actually the first idea that came to my mind when writing this film. Was a long push in to down some sort of hallway that leads somewhere, and this is actually shot in Perth in the inside the walls of the dam, the Mundaring Weir Dam. So that was interesting to get access into that, and that's why there's like puddles of water down there and stuff. So it was actually meant to be written so it leads theoretically towards where Jason's getting killed by Joker. And so yeah, I wanted to add in these punch-ins to give some sort of clue of what was happening. Give the idea that yes, Joker did kill Batman in our story. So as we lead in towards where Simon gets his absolute ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, here it comes.
And what was this like, pretending to be hit by a crowbar for you, Simon?
Yeah, no, it's good. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. As much as you can.
Yeah, here we go. And it's funny doing this because obviously Simon can't be hit with a crowbar. So if you watch the wide shot takes, Simon's just acting to pretty much nothing. Just Brian wailing around, who plays the Joker. All right, and so with this part, I wanted to start with some sort of an iconic scene from the comic book. So this is actually pretty much one of the only scenes in the film that is directly related to a comic book scene. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to have something that was really familiar right from the get-go. And, there's no better way to set up the Red Hood story than have Jason Todd be killed by the Joker right from the outset. And so we changed up a few little things, but by and large, it's about the same.
I like that, though. I like how we're being different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I think people are picking up on that, which is good.
Yeah. For the most part, people have been pretty supportive of the fact that we've changed a few things around. One guy actually said, "Killing Batman, no, just no."
Yeah.
But I knew that full well going into it that people would not quite expect that.
I think if you're not really a diehard Red Hood fan, you could lose what's going on. But I think everyone that's watching it is mad passionate about Red Hood in general, so they know kind of the story, because this follows a lot like Under the Red Hood.
We did kill you a bit differently. We didn't bomb you and Batman didn't save you.
Yeah.
Batman's dead at this point in the film.
Yeah. So, we do track off a little bit in our adaptation, but I still think it's good. Change is good, and it's got people talking, so it's awesome.
Recording the sound for this was kind of interesting because everything had to be redone, like all footsteps, and this pouring this water was actually me just with the exact same water I'm drinking from here, pouring it in my backyard on the floor and just like doing shaking passes.
We didn't get the sound right on this take anyway, on this whole scene.
Yeah, in fact, in a few scenes, but I think it turned out right in the end, and
Yeah, no.
Good fun to read it all anyway. And yeah, that like ringing kind of sound, I kind of wanted to give some sort of sense that he's pretty much lost it almost physically at this point. Put Simon in a closet for
did some ADR.
Yeah.
In your mum and dad's closet. How good's that?
And you're going
yeah. Rolling around on the floor.
Yeah. Always wondered that. And this was something that came up in the edit. Like I didn't actually envision this kind of, cutting and fading and intercutting in the script writing process, but it seemed like the best way to do it musically and visually.
I think it works. It works well that way.
So the reason why I did that whole standing up bit was because I wanted to show that for some people that would find it unrealistic that he would survive, that there's a possibility that he might have gotten out of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've pretty much alluded that he's dead in the film. But, it can be what you want it to be,
Yeah, I think if people watching it for the first time, not knowing anything about Red Hood, they would just assume that I got out of that situation.
And this is the mask burning, which is probably my favourite shot in the film, actually.
Filmed where? In the backyard?
It was filmed in my... where was it?
Just out here in the backyard, wasn't it?
It was my backyard, but where was it in my backyard?
Where you hang
up clothesline.
Yeah.
But I think it turned out well.
Yeah.
And
Red had the fallen.
5 years later.
Boom.
And this is the part where we added some little radio voices just to give a few little sneak peeks for your fans.
Who's the guy that talks last on this?
It's me.
Oi!
Yeah. I gave myself a freaking credit in the film as a cast member. Oh, what a pathetic loser.
I mean, I think this is one of the best bits in the whole film.
I reckon it's probably my favourite day of shooting, actually.
Yeah.
I like shooting this quite a lot. I don't know why, but it was just, refreshing. The stress of having a security guard just
I think we got there for like 5 minutes and a security guard turned up and then was just yelling at us to leave for the whole time we were there filming. So it was pretty stressful.
But he
for the
didn't
whole
do
time.
anything.
He didn't. But it was still, everyone was like on edge, which was kind of good.
So with that green gas stuff, I wanted to, have a little bit of a nod to the comics in terms of the, the Joker toxin.
I'm so stoked with how this scene came out.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favourite scenes, actually. It was actually one of my least favourite scenes editing it because it was so difficult to edit.
This whole scene was an actual afterthought from the actual the script that we were going to do.
In fact, half the movie isn't it?
I love this bit here as well because originally I just did this all silent, turned around, had a fight with these guys, and that was the next scene. And then we were almost done on the whole movie, and you were like, "No, we need to put some lines in." Yeah. When I'm standing up, and I think that like when he says shut up and then he's like, oh, you want some too, or I say you want some too, it just works perfectly.
The reason why I thought that was because I thought it was too Batman for him to say nothing. Batman would say nothing, but I think Jason Todd as Red Hood would definitely say something in that moment.
But for such an afterthought, it came up so good.
Yeah, it really did. My whole envision of introducing Red Hood was not to reveal things too early. So even in the fight scene, it's all behind him as well.
Filming it is almost a nightmare because once I put the helmet on, it's a pretty snug fit, and then when visibility is probably about 15-20%. But then when I start heavy breathing, when we start doing these fight scenes, it fogs up, and then not only that, then I start to CO2 myself out because I can't breathe, and then every time we'd almost go call cut, I'd have to get someone to pull it off before I passed out. Yeah,
pretty much. Each one of these times he's cut, like I wanted to do that scene in one take, but it just wasn't happening. And I kind of liked the fact that we were majority playing it in a wide, then cut in at points. But doing the sound for that was fun as well because each punch sound you hear was actually about 4 different layered sounds. So it was a punch, a block, and a kick sound all in once. This is actually also an afterthought. This scene. The main reason why I wrote this scene was because the scene that comes after, we didn't quite have enough coverage because we had to shoot it so quickly and we ran out of power and all that. So I thought, I'd Chris Nolan it and pretty much copy one of his techniques, which is, having a cross-cut narration. A few people have picked up on that actually, which is interesting. How was it like talking in the helmet?
Yeah. So everyone really couldn't even hear me in the helmet. So I was just deafening myself because I'd yell to myself. But no, I think.
And the head movements.
Like Matt's done an awesome job at Avenged
Cosplay for doing the helmet. He created the helmet in a few months, and
absolute legend.
Yeah, he did
and the chest
suit.
Piece. So full credit to him.
And the gauntlets.
Everything. But the fight scenes. I mean, they've come across good, but they were so hard to film.
Yeah, and the raw footage is interesting as well.
But actually, in this one, we filmed down an alleyway, and we weren't even supposed to be there. And it turned out that in the first couple of hits, I broke the back flap off the helmet, so we couldn't even pretty much use most of the stuff we wanted
60 to 70% of the footage was unusable because either during one particular movement the back flap would fall off, or Simon would pretty much gas himself inside the helmet and need immediate assistance.
I think the reason you tell them that you shot like this too, because we were borrowing someone's power down this alleyway, and that only gave us 45 minutes to
max,
film the whole thing, and it was probably like a 3-4 hour fight scene that we wanted to film.
Yeah, we were planning to do it in 3 or 4 hours. I made the mistake of shooting all the other stuff which you could have done any time at the start. I don't know why I did that, But,
so we were lucky enough to get what we got on that 45 minutes of crunch time.
And I'd like to thank Andrew Hickey and the guys at RCCA for devoting their time to choreograph those fight scenes and doing all the stunts themselves, getting smashed into floors time and time again with no safety mats.
Yeah, no, it was awesome going down and training with those boys, and then we got to it was good to go through rehearsals and stuff, and then when you put the helmet on and can't see anything, it's a completely different killer fish. No, it worked out sweet.
And so we flash back to the present day, and he chooses to spare his life.
Yeah, once he starts talking about his family. I think.
When he finds out that Joker killed his family, because the whole thing with this scene was this used to be the production facility of Joker's toxin, the underground production facility. Yeah, so in this part, we meet Brodie Masini's character, Kevin Brown, who's this stockbroker character I made up, and we shot this scene completely. It was one of the first things we shot, actually, probably the second thing we shot, and we did it in a couple of hours. We kept getting kicked out of these alleys, so we somehow managed to squeeze this little thing in.
Yeah, that's right. The security guard came up. And
Yeah.
like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
We're filming Red Hood, and he wasn't like, yeah.
Yeah, he loved it. He actually was happy that we'd finished, so he didn't have to kick us out.
Which I couldn't even, I wouldn't know when he was coming, so we had Brodie actually like shuffle his feet when I had to come out. I think we slammed him in the wall about 30 times.
Yeah. So this is the Falcone scene where Jason acts as a bit of a associate of Kevin Brown, the stockbroker there on the right-hand side, and the whole, for anyone that isn't quite clear on what's happened here, we frame this that the stockbroker has told Falcone that some of his money's missing, so Falcone's come to suss it out, and we want this whole idea with the dialogue in this scene was to think that everyone's saying what's on their mind, but no one's cutting to the chase. And Jason right now is just trying to play it pretty. You're not trying to do too much. You're trying to play to Falcone's plan.
Yeah. Falls right into the trap.
Yeah. And tell them about how you played this whole scene, because you had to pretty much play 3 different characters in one.
Yeah, I think at the start you obviously want to see that I've come in with Brodie, or the stockbroker, as playing to Falcone that he doesn't even know who I am, or I'm like I work with him.
Associate.
Associate. And then we go, as you see, we go, and then I kind of get annoyed with how he's talking. And I think I really like how you've cut it. There's one bit I think where I look at him, and then that was just the bit that he was really starting to piss me off with what he was saying. And then a bit of Jason Todd slips out. And then I kind of go back to not giving away too much.
Actually, I remember I Snapchatted you one part, and you were like, "Oh, did I say that line too much or whatever? Like, did I emphasize too much?
Don't want to overact."
And I was like, or in each individual clip, yes, but in the edit, it works a lot better.
Yeah,
because they kind of emphasized it more. And Ron Arthur's plays Carmine Falcone. He did a great job, I thought. He's really got that presence in the film, and his stares can. As you can see,
I think we made Ron's a non-smoker, and we made him smoke about 10 cigars. I think to do the
stunk
scene.
Out the entire room in all our gear.
Because we actually, the first thing we ever filmed for this was this scene, and then Toby was saying we did a fantastic job and everything, but I think the lighting was wrong and
I fucked up basically.
Yeah.
I changed my plan for some reason halfway through. And I lit the scene differently. I got a different coverage. In fact, I missed tons of coverage, and
it was the first thing. So
we're unproductive as well. We shot till 4 a.m, and
I think we're supposed to wrap at 12 o'clock. We shot till 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we got a message about a month later when Toby's like, "That was good, guys, but I think we might do it again."
No, it was about 4 months later.
Yeah.
I think I told you pretty soon after it. But
Yeah.
Everyone else didn't tell for ages.
But I'm kind of happy because I didn't see too much of the first footage, but I think
you're better. Everyone was better in the second.
I think the second, or the one everyone sees now, is way better.
But at this moment, I want everyone to feel like, "Oh no, why is he standing up?" And then obviously the insert of the gun, so something's going to go down. And, Timothy Seale's music, the composer. He did an amazing job. That's actually him on the left-hand side. He got headshot.
Yeah.
He wrote
cameo.
This. Yeah, it's a nice cameo. He wrote the music, and he did an incredible job with just MIDI keyboard and synthesizer in his bedroom. So here we go. Here's Simon letting loose. It's Jason Todd. And I kind of liked, this whole progression where we changed perspective completely here. And Simon, what was it like, doing this scene compared to all the others?
Yeah, I think I like the pacing of the scene. Like, it's obviously slowed down a lot more throughout the scene, but the whole film in general, I think it's what everyone's saying. It's pretty fast paced, and obviously we're just a short film, which is only 23 minutes long. I think this film fits perfectly for what we want. You know what I mean? Because it gives everyone, it slows it down, and then you kind of get to rest a little bit before it kicks off again in the second half.
And people have been saying that it would work better as a longer film, and to be honest, I honestly agree. The story probably does lend itself to have a couple of extra scenes. That with such a low budget, there's only so much you can do, and
yeah, obviously this has been a fan film, and was obviously Toby wrote, directed, filmed it, and edited it. So I mean, we pretty much have no budget because it's a fan film, as everyone knows.
I paid for it with my casual job as a grocery guy and a checkout boy.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, it's come up amazing, man. Everyone's proud, and it's. And I think that was my idea, that to
the feet shot.
Yeah, to film the feet.
Yeah,
and there it is, isn't it? I'm stoked it's come up. It's good to see everyone's putting in all the comments coming through. They're pretty positive.
Yeah, really positive, especially in the online.
And we're in Perth, Australia, little old Perth. So
nothing comes out of here. So except Heath Ledger.
It's good to see.
Heath Ledger comes out of here.
It's good to see that so many people are watching it, and it's getting such great reviews.
And this montage scene is also very different. So tell us about that, Simon.
Yeah, this was probably my. I think I'd like the Falcone scene, but I don't know, this scene I just love for some reason. It's just, I think how you cut it all together.
It's completely different to what anything that I've seen that is a superhero film. So
everyone knows this shower scene was just me and Toby
in my shower.
In his shower.
And we had some music playing, the Broadchurch theme, which was
it was good. Music. So kind of get in the mood and then think about what's going on.
And the boxing scene,
we filmed just down the road at the
Hurt Locker. Thanks to Jason Kneebone.
Old Kneebone. And I trained there for a month with him just to make sure everything was going smoothly. And we filmed down there.
Broke your wrist nearly.
Yeah, almost broke my wrist on the bag because we shined the light straight in my eyes, so I couldn't actually see what I was hitting. But it came up good.
That scene was one of them that we set up for about 2 hours and shot it for 15 minutes and then moved on.
Yeah. And then the rain scene, that was probably, out of the fighting, that was probably the hardest for me and everyone. Like me and Bunbury Batman laid in the rain for about 4 hours, I think. We had a couple of the boys with 2 hoses, and we just hosed. It was like midwinter. We just hosed them for 4 hours, and it was absolutely freezing. And Toby kept saying one more take the whole entire time. So I had to run up the road and then come back down. I was doing runs to try and stay warm because it was just so cold.
Someone would literally scream and run off. So I'd be like cutting stuff and be like, and just sprint off, and we wouldn't see him for a few minutes.
I mean, the finished product looks amazing. I can't imagine it not raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the powerhouse fight scene that you see at the start, this scene, and the very last scene you see is all done after the fact.
You wrote that in after.
Yeah. And tell them about the phone call stuff, like why we decided to do that.
Originally the phone call was supposed to be between me and Alfred, I think, right at the start.
Yeah, and it was meant to be, you'd say a line, then he'd say a line.
Yeah, so at the start, if you watch it, it's supposed to be like my line, Alfred's line, my line, Alfred's line, but it didn't just work out it was going to be too long. So it actually works just as me talking, or as if I'm leaving a message kind of thing, so it works perfectly. And then the second phone call, that was an afterthought as well. We weren't even going to do that.
We did that a few weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
We did that because we needed something to connect to the final scene where you had Joker, which is here. In fact, I'd like to thank everyone for liking the cinematography, because before I shot this, I wasn't a director or cinematographer. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I just, tried to, before each scene we shot, I tried to plan and study accordingly. And, I would steal a plan from somewhere I read online that would work and hope that it would work for my film. And, it turned out quite well in the end, with all this. We kept it pretty simple. The gear was really, cheap and extravagant, all eBay stuff. So
yeah.
I felt, we could have got easily carried away, but we kept things simple, which played in our strength.
We're actually in a massive, you can't actually tell, but we're in a massive factory.
Yeah, massive warehouse.
Huge.
I just blacked everything out.
Yeah.
In fact, the whole film about 2 weeks ago was a complete shambles. So
Yeah.
I had to pull about.
I think Toby was editing right up to the day we handed it
Yeah,
in, or day we screened. So
I pulled about 10 all-nighters in a row. I'm not even kidding. Like, I pretty much died making this movie. But, you know, it turned out well in the end. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way because I can sleep all I want now. But, you know, and this scene, obviously, we had to pay off.
Well, I think another thing which worked well, this scene was 80 yard because I think we filmed this whole thing and it was just crickets. I think we filmed, it was summer when we filmed this.
Film in summer in Australia, crickets ruin everything.
And then all you could hear was crickets, so we actually did voiceover work or ADR at Toby's place in his mum and dad's cupboard, which was pretty funny. He had me lying on the floor and doing stuff, but no, it came out good. I think you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Even in the room where I did all the editing, I would put pillows over, you know, fans and stuff and shut them up. And this is actually my favourite line again. Makes you human again. I don't know why, but he just kind of... Because Joker's always portrayed as a bit of a, you know, a demon and someone that's not really human. He doesn't really feel fear or anything. It's all a bit of a game for him. So I wanted, even though he's laughing there, I wanted Brian to, you know, add a bit more of a human grunt when he's getting hit. So, you know, you can definitely tell in Brian's grunts as Joker when he's getting the shit bitten out of him that, you know, he's not laughing anymore there. And also that shot there, or not there, but earlier on, where he breaks the fourth wall and stares into the camera, was also one of the shots that came to me really early writing the script that I knew that I wanted to have in the film. So how was the American accent?
Yeah, I've been hanging out to hear it, because obviously I'm from New Zealand, so I've been living over in Perth for about 4 years. But yeah, I think no one's mentioned anything or said anything, so yeah, I think I managed to pull it off.
And in this scene, we wanted a sense of closure. It was meant to be an after-credits scene, actually, but we put it in the final cut because we thought we would bring things full circle. Jason giving up the guns and leaving it open for possibly Jason Todd as Batman. Not gonna reveal anything.
Oh!
But yeah, we thought it was a good way to end the film. Because, you know, it brings things full circle. We shot this, 1 or 2 in the morning on top of some random
car park, I think.
Car park.
Once again, security was our best friends, trying to see what we're doing.
But we shot it in about, 45 minutes, really?
Yeah. We're just taking some photos. We're just taking some photos.
Yeah, that's what we said to everyone. But yeah, it was really fun scene to shoot. So, was it the last thing we ever shot? I think it was. It was.
Yeah.
That was the last scene. And also, the music. I would like to thank Timothy Seals in the music because, you know, we'll let the music take over here in the credits.
Amazing job.
Did a fantastic job. I met with him a year ago and I was going off to see... He was friends or co-workers with one of the fellow actors, Brian, who played the Joker. And I asked him to do some music for the film, and so one day I went off to see Gone Girl, and he said he was going to work on something, and he might have it to me, you know, who knows, a month or a week later. Come back out of the movie, and he sends me a 5-minute song, and it was the basis of the Joker theme, and I loved it instantly. And he actually did the Bane Take Control fan-made Dark Knight Rises score, which I also loved a lot. So, yeah, we just... all these special thanks and credits.
Yeah, to everyone involved.
Yeah, we're just
stoked that everyone seems to be enjoying it. So
yeah, keep sharing it if you enjoyed the film. And oh yeah, here's our little sneak peek at the end.
Whoa! Oh, what's happening?
Spraying the Red Hood symbol. So Batman.
Yeah.
Jason Todd. But
so much love to everyone, and hope you like it.
Yes, thank you so much, and
hopefully it's not the last.
Yeah, definitely not the last. Simon's going off to Vancouver now, but you know, I might have to bring him back. You never know.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Anyway, we'll just have to thank you guys, and thank you for enjoying the movie and sharing it around. So appreciate it. See you later.
See ya.